Are you sick and tired of gambling your hard-earned money on Madden packs? Look no further than my sponsor, MMOEXP, for the cheapest and most reliable MUT coins on the market. And don't forget to use code Ferdy at checkout for 5% off. What's going on, guys? Today, we are building the best possible team right now in Madden 24 Ultimate Team. And no, we do not care about coins. This is going to be a pretty extravagant team build, but I thought, I have fun making this video, just kind of playing with the team builder and playing, on the game, seeing what, stuff like that. So, yeah, we're gonna build the best possible team here today. Before we get started, if you are in the 54% of people who watch the videos and are not subscribed, let's change that right now. Head down there, hit the subscribe button, turn on those notifications. And if you want a chance to be shouted out in the next video, admittedly, I've been pretty bad with the shout outs recently, but if you want a chance to be shouted out in the next video, comment what theme team, what kind of team build you have right now down in the comment section below for a chance to be shouted out in the next video. Okay, so the team we're gonna build today is obviously gonna have playoffs in it. We're gonna have a bunch of playoffs, and don't worry, the chems will look right for the final team build. They will look fine. So let's just go through here. We're gonna build this team up. We got Taylor Decker. We're gonna kind of just go playoffs. Playoffs are gonna be the first kind of starting piece to this team. We're gonna go Creed Humphrey. We're gonna go with even Kevin Zeitler, and there's even a 90. There should be a 93 overall, 91 overall option down here for Colt McKivitz, who does actually upgrade as the playoffs go on. So that's gonna be like our starting offensive lineman. At tight end, obviously gonna be Travis Kelce, as well as the new George Kittle card. And we're also again, this is a full, pretty extravagant team build, so we're gonna toss in Dalton Schultz there as well. So that's gonna be kind of our up front guys, our run blockers. Great weight on all these guys. I mean, you actually, with the team that I have now, if you take some away from the other team we're going to add to this team, you might be able to actually cheat here at right tackle. But, yeah, it's going to be a pretty loaded team build. So we're going to get started here with the guys up front. Okay, now let's fill in the backup. So the main thing with the offensive lineman is, that's not how you spell Tristan Wirfs. Main with the offensive lineman is, though, they actually do get 3x chems. Actually, I don't want to unveil the other part of the team yet, so we're going to not put those guys in the lineup yet. We'll, of course, unveil that after we get all of our playoff cards in, but all the offensive linemen get 3x playoff chems. And again, I'll fix the chems on the main team build, but all these linemen, 3x playoff chems, which opens up a bunch of cheats. And also, the playoff team is very unique, which we don't know if it's going to happen with the Super Bowl team or not. There might not be enough drops, might not be enough, depth or content, where you can build it 60-60. You can actually build the first ever 60-60 theme team, which, yes, gives you +3 speed to all of these cards, to all of these playoff cards. So it takes Travis Kelce's base card to another level. 98 speed Travis Kelce potentially. You could probably run this team for a while, for a long while, and there still is a little bit of flexibility. And if you want to keep the playoff team, you probably could keep the playoff team till the end game, maybe swap out the other half of the team if it will be possible. I'm not sure yet, but obviously no one knows. But I think the playoff team, like 90 HP at tight end, yeah, you're going to be set up pretty much for the end game. Like, it's going to be pretty crazy. And yes, the playoff promo might be over. We're in a Super Bowl now, but you're still going to get a weekly top tier upgrade through the AKA Vault LTDs that get all major team chemistries or all major promo team chemistries. It could be Ghost, could be Future, or Ghost Amount of Future, could be Ghost of Present, whatever it is. Even Harvest it gets too, but these cards right here, two of the best cards in the game right now. I think Steven Dare is the best quarterback in the game right now. Just for everybody, if you want Hot Route Master, all that stuff, he gets pretty flexible with his abilities and his release. He does the Lamar Jackson, William Perry release. So both these guys do actually get 3x playoff chemistries. And that is pretty much going to do it for our playoff cards besides Zay Flowers. You're going to put Zay Flowers in there. Also, the LTDs from the promo also do get 3x playoff chems as well. And that's pretty much. Actually, we got to throw in Dalvin Cook, or not Dalvin Cook, James Cook. We'll go Pacheco, and we'll go Jonathan Taylor. We'll try to cut down the cost a little bit. But if you don't have Jonathan Taylor, you're gonna have to go with James Cook here. But either way, Jonathan Taylor 1x playoff chem, Pacheco 1x playoff chem, all that good stuff. So that is gonna be our running backs. I actually can't put in our main running back. I think right now the best running back in this game, regardless of speed, I think speed this year to a certain extent. There is like a speed differential slider. I feel like speed this year, yes, it's important, but I just don't feel like I don't feel it as much as I have in past Maddens. Like, to say you have a 1 to 2 speed difference, I don't feel it as much. So we're gonna actually choose just who I think the best running back in the game is on this team. I think he's a worthy cheat with his flexibility, with his X factors. I'm gonna go Payne Hillis. Payne Hill's going to be our running back. He's not going to receive any extra team chems, unfortunately, but I do think he is the best in the game right now. So we're going to put Payne Hillis at running back. Okay, now let's fill up this defense. And again, we don't care about price tags. We just care about building the best team possible in today's video. So we're going to go Malik Hooker, Darnell Savage. We also got to get Dre Greenlaw because Dre Greenlaw gets 3x playoff chems as a non-offensive lineman. We also have AJ Klein we got to put in here too. AJ Klein, of course, playoff chems. Middle linebacker, we're not going to put him in yet. Not going to put him in yet, but we're going to get Derek Barnes here. And with Derek Barnes, we're going to go with Ernest Jones as well. Ernest Jones. And then for our final middle linebacker spots, that's going to be Blake Cashman. Who we're going to find down here somewhere. I can just look him up, though. I could just look up Blake Cashman. Or any. This could be any, actually, playoff, I keep hitting the V. Playoff, middle linebacker. But Cashman, he's solid. 11th on linebacker, we're going to go with Christian Harris. You can put lurk artist on him. Again, this really, on defense, on offense, I tried building the best. Like, I tried putting abilities on the cards that I think work the best. But on defense, it comes down to what scheme you're running and what you want to do on defense, right? So, if you play zone or man, you can probably move players around, move abilities around. We're going to go Ryan Neal at strong safety. Cornerback number 2 is, of course, going to be the limited time Jair Alexander for the 3x chems. I'm going to go Darius Slay here with the playoff chems. Again, this could also be Steven Nelson too, depending on what you play. For me, I use 4 cornerbacks. So, having 4 good cornerbacks is important. Also, Darius Slay, like if you want to use his deep out zone KO, he might play over Jair on the outside for you. Like it's up to really what you run on defense. Of course, right end, no surprise here to me, Nick Bosa, 3x playoff chems. Defensive tackle, we're going to go Vita Vea, but I don't think on this team we're actually going to use him at defensive tackle. That might be a surprise, but I really don't think we're going to. We're going to go Zadarius Smith here too. Zadarius Smith, one of the best edge rushers in the game right now. Very underrated, not talked about enough. A left end, of course, Minister the defense, another LTD, aka card. So he actually does get 3x playoff chems. We're also going to fill out the rest of the way down here. We got Alan McNeil, who was balling for the Lions. Alan McNeil's a demon in real life. And who's my last guy I got there? Hurst. Hurst is the last guy we got down at the bottom there. And that's going to pretty much be, I believe, all of our playoff. No, we want to get Revis in there too. This could also be McDuffie. It doesn't really matter here. But Revis also going to be a stud. Of course, fully upgraded. He will get, pick artists and all that good stuff. Do I have everyone I need? No, when you Hayward down here at backup. And that should do it for our defense. That should do it. And actually, no, we need Jadeveon Clowney too. Jadeveon Clowney. And that should have us pretty full. That's basically all the playoff cards we're going to use here today. Not to mention, one thing I didn't even talk about is that there are punters as well who do get playoff chems too, so you actually will have a couple extra cheats on this team. Harrison Butker, Wish Mishnowski. I actually want to check, does Harrison Butker get 3x chems? There's a chance that he does. Just want to check on that one real quick. Just I'm not 100% sure. I'll get back to you in a second. Okay, Butker does not get, he does get playoff chems, but not 3x. So that's going to be all of the playoff cards we're going to use. Hopefully I didn't miss, if I do miss one, I'll fill it back in, but that is, all of our playoff cards that we're going to use today. Obviously, with only the playoff cards, we're already at 21 million coins, which is not cheap. So now you're probably thinking to yourself, what team are we going to add to this team where it makes it worth it? And the team we're going to add, it's going to be a Ghost of Madden Future Squad. So all the offensive linemen in the Ghost, in Ghost are going to get 3x Future chems. So we're going to go Larry Allen, Ryan Kelly, Peter Skronsky. So they're going to get backup. So what you actually could do is you could sub him in during the game. Larry Allen over here, you could sub him in real quick, make that play if you want to in game. But yeah, that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go Ghost on the back end here. And if you guys didn't know, the Christmas LTDs actually do get 3x chems as well. So Deion Sanders, we're not actually gonna be able to use his X Factor because we're gonna have other X Factors that we're using. But kind of the wild card on this team, I know people are gonna be like, oh, why would you do that? We're gonna go with Mike Vick. So the problem that people think happens when you play a card out of position is that they don't receive chemistry because they have the red X. That's not true. They do receive chemistry, but they don't give chemistry to the team. So in a way, it's kind of like a half cheat where he's not giving chems, but he does still get the benefits of being on a Ghost team. So Mike Vick, the reason why he's here, by the way, is if we go to edit, we go to abilities, and we go to yak him up. This right here to me is just a broken X Factor at wide receiver. Yak him up with Collector's Edition. You could of course run it for free on Deion. But with how we're going to build this team, we're actually not going to have any more room. X Factors, like we're using X Factors because we want to use Payne Hill, so we got to use Steve McNair. Of course, we have to use double me on Calvin Johnson to keep your opponent on his toes. So those are the three X Factors we're going to use. We have to use an ability X factor on Mike Vick in order to get this. So Mike Vick with the 3 AP yak him up as a slot receiver to me is just broken. It is absolutely broken. You haven't tried it. If you run RPOs especially, it's broken. Even if you don't, you love getting your slot receiver involved. It's a great idea. Also, Mike Vick is a good enough route runner where he can definitely hold his own. And he'll be fast enough. He'll be an absolute demon. So backup QB, it is going to be a pretty expensive backup QB, but it's going to be William Perry, who does, again, get 3x chems, as well as Keith Smith as well, does get 3x ghost chems. And finally, at backup wide receiver 5, you have Jordan Addison, who also will get 3x ghost chems. So that pretty much does complete the offense right there. Pretty nasty. Again, you could move around Mike Vick. You can move Zay Flowers up. You can get cute with this one. For me, though, I want to have Mike Vick at my wide receiver because I never would have tried it if I never built my Jets team, but having Mike Vick at wide receiver is absolutely broken. It is absolutely broken. If you haven't tried it yet, I just recommend you do. And you guessed it, on the defense, we are going to have Gronkowski as our user. Strong safety is going to be Bo Jackson. Cornerback 1, we're going to have the best cornerback in the game right now, which is going to be Randy Moss. And at defensive tackle, we're actually going to use a cheat here and go with Mata Beast because he's one of the most broken cards in the game right now. So the edge rushers I think you guys should be using right now is Matabuke. I would use Reggie White at defensive tackle number 2. I would use Darius Smith off one edge, and I would go with Nick Bosa off the other. For user, I would go Gronk. If you run multiple linebackers to this team, works because you have Dre Greenlaw and Christian Harris both getting 0 AP lurk artists. So this is the team right here. Obviously, the chems are not right, but let's head over to the final team, and I'll show you guys what the chems look like when it's all said and done. And here we go. This is the final team build. As you guys can see, we got 60 playoffs and 32 Ghost of Madden Future. And this team has no holes. No matter what scheme you run, no matter how you want to play this game, there's enough depth on this team where you can do whatever you want. Even some flexibility. You want to sub out Peyton Hillis and put in Derrick Henry if you feel like he's the better back. Peyton Hillis, to me, a little bit more elusive, which I like. Also has a good weight, and you also can get back his angry runs X factor, unlike Derrick Henry's. Steve McNair with 90, plus 3 speed, so 96 speed Steve McNair, 99 speed Calvin Johnson, Deion's still a stud, Mike Vick still a stud, Peyton Hillis a stud, 98 speed Travis Kelce. You have 3 good tight ends on this team. I even want to put George Kittle at backup there. I'm number 2 there, but offensive line, it's great to me. You could sub in Larry Allen if you want to in game. But the defense, obviously, just nutty too. You get 4 of the best edge rushers in the game right now, in my opinion. You've got Jair Alexander, you have Randy Moss, Darius Slay, Steven Nelson, Malik Hooker, Bo Jackson. And you really build out this defense no matter however you want to do it, really, ability-wise. But I think right now this is the best team in the game. The playoff team, again, will get upgrades throughout the entirety of the AKA promo. Maybe you'll be able to phase out most of these, playoff cards, and you'll have all AKA cards with playoff chems down the road. But these offensive linemen could last you until, if you're not going to put abilities on them, they could last you until we start getting 0 AP offensive linemen, which might not be till May or April. So this team's in it for the long haul. Yes, 29 million coins, but this is the best team in the game right now. This right here is the best. So drop a comment down below. Who would you add to this team, if anybody? Who would you add to this squad right here? I think it's pretty much perfect. And I wish I could build a team like this. I wish I could. I wish I could have a team like this. This would be nasty. Obviously, it's not really feasible if you aren't all money spent or haven't been grinding since day one, playing the market and things like that. But yeah, this team is straight. This is an easy 10, maybe even a 12 graded squad. That's how good this team is compared to other teams, just because of that +3 playoff speed boost. So again, drop a comment down below. What team are you running right now for a chance to be shouted out in the next one? If you're new here, hit the subscribe button, turn on the notifications, hit the like button, and of course, as always, I will see you boys in the next one.